Good evening all. It is the 28th of what they tell us is the 12th month of the year 2024. It is 6:21 p.m. in the evening of the aforementioned day. I'm Bazzzilll, broadcasting truth and therapy. Here I am using the talking stick. On my channel, the Self-Preservation Society on Bitchute, and if you're watching anywhere else, link to it is in the description box below. The title of this upload is "We're All Being Played." I've said this before, and other people have said it before, but here's my perspective on it. Over the last couple of months, month or two back, I think it was. I don't know, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Billy Carson was called out by a Christian scholar. Plenty of evidence of that on the internet. After that, I personally stopped following Billy Carson. Just a personal thing. I never liked the way him and people like him always talking about you calling for abundance. And the abundance is always of a material influence. You never hear these people, these self-styled gurus and whatever, that everybody sits at their altar, call for an abundance of peace and stuff like that. No, it's all to do with money and wealth in some way, shape or form. So I stopped watching him. I think it was in my last upload, might have been the upload before. I spoke about Graham Hancock. And, excuse me, I've been laid up for a few days with the flu. Or a really bad man cold. And I'm just starting to come out of it, but, it's still hanging about there. I don't tell you that to ask for sympathy. I don't want sympathy, this, that and the other. But if you're of that mind and you want to send healing, then don't send it to me. Send it to my mate Justin in Switzerland. Especially if you use colour when you do that. Light green, dark blue and a brilliant white will really help him. It's in a bit of a pickle at the moment, and he could do with some intervention by like-minded people. But I think it was in my last upload. I spoke about Graham Hancock appearing on the Piers Morgan show. And in the words of George Carlin, yet again, it's a big fat club and you ain't in it. I remember reaching out to Greg Braden. Emailed him a year or two back, something like that. Maybe a bit longer. Extending the invitation for an interview. Now, obviously it wasn't him that wrote back. Probably got a team of people that work for him. But among the things they wanted to know was number of subscribers, this, that and that, blah, blah, blah. See, they played to the crowd. They're not doing what they do for you. You might think they are. You might buy their books and their DVDs and all this bollocks off Amazon. But when the likes of Graham Hancock goes on the Piers Morgan show, who for me is one of the most detestable human beings on this earth, what he'd done to the Liverpool supporters through his tenureship on a national newspaper. and how he vilified them and this, that and the other, until the Hillsborough inquiry. Never mind anything else, but he has got so much hatred and vitriol in him. And it is interesting for me the number of people that actually follow him. Like attracts like, people. Really does. Like attracts like. So have a word with yourself if you follow people like Piers Morgan. But Graham Hancock appeared on his show as a guest. It's a big fat club and you ain't in it. You try and get Graham Hancock or somebody else like that to come and speak on your channel. If you're a content provider like me, a small one, this, that and the other, you reach out, see if, and like I said in that last upload, I think it was, I'd love to see Graham Hancock being interviewed by John Levi or my lunch break, something like that. But no, he go to Piers Morgan and Joe Rogan, this, that and the other, and the like. And then on the 26th of December, I turned my computer on to see a post from Paul Wallace. Paul Wallace, who claims to be, in the same way Billy Carson claims, an expert on the Bible, this, that and the other, and how to interpret the Bible, and this, that and the other. His website is thefifthkind.com. And he put a post up to promote a video, an upload that he done. Excuse me. And he started off by first saying that he hoped everybody had a Merry Christmas. Now, perhaps I'm wrong here. And if I'm wrong, I hold my hands up. But where in the Bible does it tell us at all that this figure called Christ was born on the 25th of December? There's a man that promotes himself as a scholar of the Bible, and I will bow down to you, Mr. Wallace, if you can show me where in the Bible it says Jesus was born on the 25th of December. You're all being played, people. You're all being played. You're reaching outside of yourselves, hoping that somebody will save you, and your only saviour is a reflection you see in the mirror. What it says there in front of you. Nobody else can save you. I speak about many people on my journey that have helped me on that journey. Not one of them has ever been the catalyst, the panacea rather, to me awakening, and dealing with my internal shit. They might have been the catalyst to it, but I've had to do it myself. I bow to those in reverence, respect and gratitude that have helped me on the journey. But ultimately, it's down to me, not anybody outside of me. Never has been, never will be. We're all being played. All being played. And if you observe the calendar which they give you, then in a few days you will be celebrating their new year. Me, I'll wait till April. You do what you want. many years, it was the 1st of January. Hogmanay and all that, you know. But I, with all integrity, cannot do that now I know the truth. And that's what sorts the men from the boys, as it were, or the human beings from mankind. As I've been putting it a lot lately. Don't say you're awake when you're dancing to their tune. Kid yourself, by all means. Don't kid a kidder, though. And if you're going to make any New Year's resolutions for the 1st of January, then make a resolution to take back your power, stand in your power, and stop giving it away to these self-styled gurus that are only after your energy, frequency and vibration, materially, mentally, emotionally and spiritually. Because they perpetuate a system, knowingly or unknowingly, willingly or unwillingly, that keeps us enslaved. Keeps us enslaved. Am I the only one seeing these people? All that is hidden will be revealed. But you've got to look with real eyes to realise the real lies. And I often say on this channel, and I won't tire of saying it, stop making gods out of people. I tell thee, ye are all gods. Go within without fear, without bias, and come to the awareness of the self and know your own power, your own energy, your own frequency, your own vibration. And when you come to an awareness of it, you won't give it away so readily. You won't give it away so readily. Look at that meme there. All right, it's an old one, a couple of years or so old. But you couldn't make that up, could you? In Germany, you must be fully vaxxed before your death by assisted suicide. And yes, it seems funny, but, you know, those that rule and control you know something. And I know why they're doing that, why they say that. Because they want your soul and your spirit as well. They want to control it, not just in this reality, them both, your soul and your spirit, two different things, but in other realities. You know, alcohol, the word alcohol comes from an Arabic word, alcohol, and it means flesh-eating spirits. Means flesh-eating spirits. Have a look at that one. Read it. Read it. Come to your own awareness. Come to your own awareness. You can lead a man to knowledge, but you can't make him think. You've got to think for yourself. You've got to think for yourself. Anybody, and I include myself in this with all humility, can share knowledge, to empower, enlighten and enable you. But you've got to think yourself. You've got to use your own tools. When you look, as I do, we are told, what in our too far off history, back in the 60s, thalidomide, the Spanish flu, 1918. Prior to that, which is, for me, quite a sad one, is the smallpox infected blankets given to indigenous peoples on what we now call America. That should teach you something. They had no resilience to it. That's why so many of them died. You have no resilience to what's in the COVID vaccine. Unless you're still smoking like I am. Nicotine might help if you've had one. If you've had more than one. Don't believe me, go and look it up yourself. But we're doomed to repeat history because we never learn from it. And it's so interesting when you get deep into that question and see how what we're experiencing in our lifetime has been done before. You've got to open your eyes to see it. It's the same thing, but the emperor's new clothes. If you go way back in the Vedic texts and scripts, they tell you about nuclear wars. But you've got to be able to think for yourself. You've really got to be able to think for yourself and not think as you're told. Because if you think as you're told and you don't question it, then you've been brainwashed, and you wouldn't know if you've been brainwashed. That's the thing about being brainwashed. If you were brainwashed, how would you know? How would you know? Brilliant. Brilliant, but it goes so much deeper. Because I wouldn't have said this in my past. But what we experience here, we experience beyond here. Certainly the spirit of our body here, we experience beyond here. Same prison, but without a physical form. You mirror yourself. And you can be, I'm 64 next month. When I leave here, my spirit will have the ability, should it wish to exercise it, to regress to my 20s or whatever. I personally couldn't give a flying fuck what happens to my spirit. It's my soul that I'm concentrating on. My conscious awareness. My source consciousness. That's what I'm focused on. You see that there? Read it. There's a Native American page I follow, and they put a reel up earlier. And it's a subject and a people's close to my heart. But I took the opportunity to write something like this in there. I wrote And if you've been following me since the beginning or whatever, if you've looked back at my uploads, you'll see I done an upload 2 or 3 years back, maybe 4 years back. The white European has been the most productive slave of all the different skin colours. Go back and find it and have a listen. Because it's the white European slave that has gone at the behest of his masters to far off distant lands, continents, this, that and the other, raped, pillaged and assimilated those within. And this is not verbatim, but this is what I put in this post, this Native American page. And I wrote, it saddens me to see Scotchmen fighting for their conquerors, the English, and the Welsh, and the Irish. But I said, what saddens me more than anything is to see a Native American powwow, especially at the grand entry, where you've got a Native American there in the full military regalia of his oppressors, conquerors, and I posed a question. What would his ancestors think? The Chief Josephs, the Sitting Bulls, the Crazy Horses, etc., etc., etc. What would they think to see that as they watch from the spirit world? And surely they do. To see their grandchildren wearing the uniform of their conqueror and doing it with pride and honour. What I'm telling you people, what I'm trying to explain to you is, sooner or later, we all get assimilated into the same mindset, the Borg. All get assimilated. Not me. I won't, because I'm waking up to it. I'm waking up to it. And people see me, a lot of people see me as outspoken, weird, confrontational, this, that and the other. Good. Good. I make no apologies or excuses for that. I really don't. Because the truth is confrontational. The truth is controversial. It's painful. But no matter how many lifetimes it takes you, the real you, not the person or the spirit of this incarnation, you the soul, you'll keep coming back until you find that truth and start living it. You do what you want. Mock me, block me. You won't stop me. I don't say this, anything on my channel for points. I don't care who likes me. I'm not here to be liked. I don't do this for points or anything like that. For your tides or anything like that, read the description box. I do this because it's the right thing to do, and I do it for the right reasons. And I do it with all good intention, with integrity, with humility, with a sense of morality, with love and with care to try and wake everybody up. You'll never find me on Amazon selling you anything. I don't want you to buy anything. I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention. That's all I want you to do. And it's free. By their deeds you will know them, whoever they are. These self-styled gurus, speakers that we laud and applaud, and make no mistake, I've learnt much from the people I've mentioned here. Billy Carson, Paul Wallace, Graham Hancock, this, that and the other. But when I see what I see, in the way that I see it, I can't ignore it. I have to speak about it. It's a big fat club, and you ain't in it. We're all being played. Make a resolution to take responsibility for your life, your incarnation. Be responsible for thinking, and don't simply think as you're told. Time is now. And it's about fucking time. If this message resonates, share the message. Don't share me. It's the message that is important that I bring to you. Not me, the man, the person, the citizen, however you want to see me. It's the message. Share it. Palamia, thank you. In Lakesh, in you I see another me. Mitakui Ayasin, we are all related, we are all relatives. And I tell you people, we're all connected. But we are so disconnected.